When we are getting ready to go out, how much time does it take for us to decide which shoe to put on first? Or in the morning when we are brushing our teeth, how do we decide which side of the mouth should we brush first? Which teeth should we brush first? We don't even think before we make these decisions, right? In fact, a lot of research suggests that more than 95% of the decisions that we make every day is controlled by our default programming. A default programming in our mind that directs us as to what we should be doing in certain situations, how we should be acting, how we should be thinking, how we should be behaving, and so on. This default programming also includes certain beliefs that we have formed about ourselves, about our family, about other people, about this world in general, about God or universe, about money, about health, about our bodies, and about a lot of things. And it is through all of these beliefs coming together collectively to form our reality. But the good news is that we can control this default programming by consciously choosing the thoughts that we want to think about, thereby form the beliefs that we want to form about the reality that we are creating. And our thoughts, the emotions they produce, and our beliefs together determine how we view the world, how we perceive reality and the events that is going on around us, and our perception then determine the actions that we take in that particular situation, and all those elements together form the destiny that we create. So for us to influence the destiny or the reality that we create, all we need to do is to change our thoughts. But it might not be humanly possible for us to examine each and every thought that we produce every day, because we think more than 60,000 thoughts each day. So it might not even be humanly possible for us to sit and examine every thought every day while we are living a normal materialistic life as well. So another way to handle this particular situation is for us to try and influence the default programming that we have formed, which are our beliefs. So in today's video, we are going to look at a powerful process that you can use for reprogramming your belief systems. So let's get started. For us to understand this technique or this belief reprogramming process better, it'll be helpful if we take a look at this particular technique along with an example. I had recently posted a question on my Instagram channel where I had asked you guys if there were any specific limiting beliefs around money that you would like my help for reprogramming, and one of you guys had asked this particular question, and that is the exact example that we'll be looking at in today's video. And the question that one of you had asked was that earning a lot of money requires long years of hard work. So that is the exact example that I'll be exploring or delving deeper into in today's video. The belief reprogramming process that we are going to discuss today has 5 major steps. The first step is for you to recognize where is this belief coming from. So this belief could be coming from your past life experiences. It could be coming from the people around you, where a lot of people in your environment has formed this belief that earning a lot of money takes long years of hard work. Or it could also be coming from the media that you consume, the books that you read, the magazines that you read, the audio that you listen to, the videos that you watch, or the media, the news and everything that you consume, anything that's an input to your brain, all of that could be a source for you to have formed this particular belief. Whatever may be the source, here in this step you just need to recognize that this belief is coming from something outside of you and not a belief that is there inherently within yourself. So in this step, all you need to do is to take a step back and recognize that this belief is there within you, and this belief has been instilled in you from whatever sources that it came to you from. Once you have recognized and disidentified from this belief and understood that there is this belief existing within you, that is when it is a good time for you to move into the second step of the process. And the second step of the process is for you to question if this is a universal truth. So you have to ask yourself, is this really the universal truth? Is it written in stone somewhere, or is it inscribed in some book that earning large sums of money will take many years of hard work? Is that necessarily the case? Is it written in stone somewhere that you cannot change that at all? No, right? Once you've recognized that it is not the ultimate truth, it is not written in stone somewhere and it's not something that you cannot change, that is a good time for you to move into the third step of the process. In the third step, you will try to make yourself find evidences of the contrary. So for example, in this particular case, you will try to find examples of people or organizations who are making large sums of money in very little time. Or you will try to find examples of people or businesses who are making large sums of money with a lot of ease and not with hard work but a lot of ease and joy. For example, we all know that there are so many businesses that are able to make large sums of money within an hour. They are making millions of dollars in less than an hour. So if there are people who created those businesses that are able to generate large sums of money in very little time, and if there are people who are able to do that, then we should also be able to do the same. And the way is for you to look at your own past successes. You can look at all the past successes that you have had in your life where you thought it'll take you several years of hard work for achieving a particular financial goal, but then you were able to achieve it in much lesser time and with much more ease and joy. So in this step, you should basically start collecting a lot of evidences of the contrary. A lot of evidences to convince yourself that it need not necessarily take you several years of hard work to achieve your financial goals, to attract large sums of money into your reality. And once you have been able to gather sufficient evidence for you to question that belief and for you to understand that maybe it doesn't require you to do several years of hard work to have large sums of money, that is when you are ready to move into the fourth step of the process. And the first step of the process is for you to consciously choose and identify what is it that you want to believe instead. So what you might want to believe instead could be that it's easy and effortless for me to make large sums of money. Or it could be that I enjoy experiencing financial freedom and that is what I want to create in my reality. So here basically what you need to do is to question your belief and understand what is it that you want to believe instead. Once you have formulated the alternate belief or the belief that you want to form instead, that is when you are ready to move into the fifth step or the final step of the process. And the final step of the process is for you to identify ways in which you can strengthen your own belief. One of the ways in which you can strengthen your beliefs is by practicing mindfulness, which is basically where you would monitor your thoughts, and whenever you recognize that you have been thinking a thought that doesn't make you feel good about money, then you would immediately shift to a different thought. Like shift to a thought that you identified in the previous step, or shift to a thought that could somehow help you feel much more better and much more secure about your connection to money and whatever you are creating in your reality with regards to money or finances. Another way for you to strengthen your beliefs is by shifting your self-concept. So in this step, you would basically start thinking about yourself in a much more empowered and secure way. You would think about yourself as someone who is worthy of large sums of money, who is capable of creating a reality in which you are having large sums of money, in which you are able to circulate large sums of money, and think about yourself as someone who is really valuable, who is creating a lot of impact and value in this world, and thereby is worthy of having large sums of money. You could also use the wealth affirmation that we discussed in our last video, where you could say something like, as a divine child of this abundant universe, it's natural and normal for me to have large sums of money. And whenever a disempowering thought appears in your mind, you can just recognize it, observe and detach from it, and then choose to think about this particular thought instead. And in this step, you can also start looking for more evidences and collecting even more evidences that will help you strengthen your belief. Help you believe that it's natural and normal for you to create large sums of money with a lot of ease and joy. And one more thing I want to mention over here is that just because it took you long or just because it took you several years for you to achieve your financial goals doesn't make the goals any less desirable or doesn't make you any less worthy. It's still a wonderful achievement. So stop looking at time and measuring time in that sense and start enjoying your journey. Start enjoying your process of creating this particular reality, and always remember that since this was a vision that was given to you, you already have the resources that you need for you to get started on that journey. And as you continue along your journey, you can start collecting even more resources that help you move even closer towards your destination. So all you need to do is to decide that this is going to be your new belief and thereby this is going to be your new reality. It doesn't matter how much time it's going to take, but I'm going to keep progressing towards my goals. How much time it is going to take is not entirely in our control, but what is there in our control is to make sure that we are enjoying the journey and making sure that we are moving towards our goals with a lot of ease and joy. And not by working hard and punishing ourselves and criticizing ourselves and blaming ourselves and losing aspects of ourselves in the journey, and instead making sure that we are having a lot of fun and we are believing in ourselves, thinking the right thoughts, lifting ourselves whenever we fall, and making sure that we are forming a really good relationship with ourselves in the journey, so that the destination would just be a bonus and add much more joy to our journey. So it would be the mindset that we'll be carrying that will determine whether the journey was hard or easy. We can choose to have fun and take really good care of ourselves and make sure that we are enjoying the journey, so that the journey becomes joyful and fun and easy for you and not hard and painful and really difficult for us. So focus on the things that we can control and believe and act from that space of faith. And we must also recognize that sometimes it's very natural and normal for us to believe that this large sum of money is much bigger than who we are, because that is what we have been conditioned to believe in throughout our life so far. But now that you have recognized that that is not necessarily the case, that you are so much more valuable and it's natural and normal for you to have large sums of money, and that is what your self-concept is, it becomes much more easier for you to attract whatever your desires are. But if you believe yourself to be something inferior to your desires, then even if you get your desires, you would continue to feel inferior or insecure. It will not be able to bring you the joy that you think it might be able to bring you. But instead, if you can think about yourself in a much more empowering way, in a much more secure way, if you choose to see the value that you bring to this world, the light, beauty and value you choose to bring to this world, that will help you think about yourself in a much more valuable way, and that will help you attract all of your desires into your reality with much more ease and effortlessness. So always remember that we have the power to choose what we want to create in a reality. We have the power to choose our thoughts, our beliefs, the beliefs that we want to continue to carry with ourselves. What are the beliefs that we want to let go of? What are the beliefs that we want to carry with ourselves from now on and move forward? So I really hope that today's video helps you in getting started in your journey of reprogramming your beliefs and start cultivating a mindset that helps you move towards all of your desires. That's all I have for you guys today. If you did like today's video, do hit the like button below and also subscribe to my channel for more such video. Sending a lot of strength, love and peace towards each and every one of you. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Until next time, take care and bye.